Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Fit for Fit TV. How are you all doing? Wherever you're watching me from, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you so much for your love, your support. What else can I say? May the good Lord bless you all abundantly. Thank you so much, my lovely people. My people, my people, my people. Wonder they say shall never ever end. I made a video a day ago. I think that's yesterday. I titled that video Obi Catch Tinubu for Brockos. Another trouble for Tinubu. In fact, I ask myself, what is that one thing? I'm asking again. What is that one thing that is true about Tinubu? You know what? This is the part two of that same video. So I will leave you here, my lovely people, to see for yourself and equally listen. And I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much. May the good Lord bless you. If you have not subscribed, subscribe, like, comment, share, and I will see you in my next video.
So an ordinary citizen cannot go to court to compel INEC to disqualify him. INEC on its own apparently does not have the power to verify certificates or to disqualify candidates. Only the courts has that power. So apparently that is why, even though it was such an easy thing to do to verify whether this certificate was actually remotely valid or not, apparently that's not INEC's business. Apparently,
okay. Now that you say that, so I won't call you a representative of Labour Party. So what has Peter Obi done about this? Because he's also a candidate. This is, like you say, it's in the public domain. What has he done about that as a candidate?
To be honest, you would have to ask him. And the thing is,
maybe the best thing to ask is, why is it that no candidate is doing anything about it?
Yet. Something you also have to understand is that in the Nigerian electoral space, people love to imagine that they're playing 5D chess. So I've heard, for example, that some candidates believe that the best time to take that legal action is not now, that the best time is after the election. Because under the electoral law, if a candidate should actually win the election and then it emerges that they committed perjury on their EC9, they will get disqualified. And the person that came second in that election gets declared the winner. So some people whose names I'm not going to mention believe that it's probably in their best interest to just hang around in the background and probably hope that Tinubu wins the election so that they can pounce on him afterward, because there's just too much evidence. There's no way for a court to look at this evidence and say that he didn't commit perjury. So some people believe that after the election is the best time. I personally don't agree with that. I personally think that a Nigerian court that is under the control or is about to be under the control of someone like Tinubu isn't really to be trusted. That's my personal belief. I'm not convinced that the courts will make the right decision then, even if that's what they're supposed to do by law. And I think we've seen enough examples of this in Nigeria to know that the legal system doesn't always work the way it's supposed to. But that's why some candidates are choosing to hang back. Some other candidates are planning to take legal action now. I'm not at liberty to name them because this was not information that was disclosed directly to me. I heard this from third parties, but including even people within Tinubu's party, by the way. So stay tuned for that.
Now, Adamu, we've really gone past the time that was supposed. But you need to respond. You really need to respond to all, I'll call them allegations by David, because of course he says it's in the public domain, but in terms of this particular space, let's just call them allegations. Your response to that?
Thank you, Josie. I think I would want to tell you and also the other audience that I really like David. He's a very strong asset, that is why we need him back in Nigeria quickly. Why? Because he has a mispriority of career. He should have chosen to be a movie producer or a movie writer or script writer. That will be very fantastic. By now we will have David Wunden's movies streaming all over Netflix and Amazon Prime and HBO, or even might carry his news, because he knows how to connect the dot and create one phantom line that seems to be true. High conspiratorial actor. When you go through everything he documented, in fact, immediately he released the first drug lord thing, I quickly went and read every single thing. I think I am one of the first people that even go through the documentary that Mr. Mundeng released on this drug lord issue. You will see that it's just a statement, reading from a script and then trying to draw some lines and connect some dots, something that will have functioned well if he had aligned himself with Kule Afolayan, Timo Imore. I'm coming. I will allow you.
All the documents, because they are always documents.
If he had aligned himself with the movie industry,
you see
by now, we should have had one of
the
best content created.
They are always documents. Adamu, this is not going to be lying. You cannot just come and say today is lying. Where is the evidence? I've presented evidence. Where is your own?
I have allowed you to speak.
It's not about allowing.
David, let him just come across with his own point.
Simple thing
Everything I say
David mentioned in his own conspiracy theory has been some things that we knew since 1990s. These conspiracies always find a way to surface. And as he rightly said, he's a fantastic storyteller. So the way he captivated everything, try to create some change in perception about connecting the dots that don't exist, simply because he wants to portray a picture, makes him a qualified scriptwriter. If David will have been writing script, I am telling you by now, this guy will have received the next Oscar award.
Where are your proofs?
Okay, gentlemen. Maybe
you don't have proofs. You are just talking.
He himself confirmed here, right here. He confirmed that.
Adamu, where are your proofs?
He is not convinced. He confirmed this. But because he's giving him this attention as a young man in Nigeria,
Adamu,
I think he also deserves the favor of Tinubu to raise higher.
I can speak to
Okay, gentlemen.
Let me explain. What I say this is that Tinubu is actually an ocean, whereby everybody that cling on him can raise higher. David Hundein, this is his time for him to show his script writing genius.
Where are your proofs?
So he comes in to leverage on some other issues so that he can.
Gentlemen, I will have to mute both of you now.
Where are yours? Where are yours? Proof.
No.
Proof is the currency of journalism.
Everything you say is just conspiracy, David. You know these things.
But I have shown proof.
Every other thing you went and you created it yourself. We know that document that you're talking about, the 51 pages document, PDP were in the United States of America. They went there to lobby. Eventually, they didn't get the election.
Okay. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, this is a heated debate and I don't think it will end. Unfortunately, we have run out of time. Maybe we will bring back Adamu Gaba and David Hundein for a part 2. But as for today, unfortunately, I don't want to be fired from my job. We have really gone past already with about 14 minutes and unfortunately we have to call it a day. So I'm just going to unmute our guests for them to just give us their parting remarks and just maybe their words, 1 or 2 words to all our viewers today. I'll start with David. David, your parting remarks. We'll bring you back for a part 2. But for now, I don't want to get fired unless you guys are going to take care of me. So your parting remarks.
I wish I could, but yeah. Well, I mean, thanks for having me. And for anyone who has watched this, again, you don't have to take my word for it. I've been called a fantastic storyteller. I choose to take that as a compliment. But you can choose to disbelieve every single thing that I've written or I've produced in visual format. But the best thing you can do for yourself is go and read for yourself. You don't have to read what I wrote. Documents that are in public domain, go and read them. Public access documents, court documents, things from unimpeachable sources that have nothing to do with me, and read them for yourself. Reading is like gaining your freedom. So just read.
You guys don't understand. This man is one of the, strongest political machine in his capacity. Over a period of time, he worked carefully, strategically, and responsibly to build this moment. And we don't, all together just see him talking on the podium and quickly round up that it was a blunder. Most people on the internet and all over the media knew that there are some.
It is a blunder. It is a blunder. There is an APC guy. Wait, there is an APC guy that even did this on camera. So why did he do that if it's not a blunder?
The guy might not necessarily understand the great game. Tinubu is communicating with the elements of the PDP that are working for the APC. And he is praising them, honoring them, because we are almost welcoming them very, very soon. And that is why he decided to say, God bless PD, then he now say APC, joining some element of the PDP and the whole element of the APC, because he knows that is exactly what is happening. As I'm talking to you, Based on our own estimation, 50% of the people in the PDP are going to work for the APC. I think those are the things I said. We just need to wait and see. This man talks in parables. Sometimes he makes it jovial. Sometimes he gives media content so that people can be able to carry it. If you look at the Tinubu's impression in Nigeria, it's about 226 million impression according to Media Toolkit.
Tinubu is surrounded by a group of people who are constantly fanning his ego. People like Adamu here who are constantly telling him that, he blows roses out of his backside and everything is great. And meanwhile, there are always going to be those annoying little boys like me who are going to come out and say, this emperor is naked. This guy's not wearing any clothes, And some other people will say, oh, you just can't see how wonderful the clothes are because you don't understand. It's a well-known thing in human psychology. He's not the first to do this. He won't be the last. So that's just what it is. And I also thought it was very interesting that he mentioned 220-something million social media impressions as some sort of campaign metric, because just a few minutes before, you said something to the effect of, the Peter Obi movement is just
when I say media impression, I don't mean social media impression. I said
be it social media, be it traditional media, it still doesn't have a bearing on what is happening on the ground. So I'm just saying you need to be consistent. It's one or the other.
Yeah, but that's why I said media. I didn't say social media. I said Obi is only trending on Twitter.